everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm glad you're here. Today I'm going to show you how to use the stamp set called Writing in the Sand. I'm going to make 2 cards today. So this is the stamp set, and it has 2 separate stamps that have the ocean and then the beach. So you can stamp them separately in different colors, and then it has sayings that look like they're written in the sand. Okay, so I'm going to start out with a piece of white daisy that's cut at 3 3/4 by 5. I'm going to use Harbor and Glacier ink. And the best way to use this stamp set, or the easiest way to use the stamp set, is in a stamp positioner like a MISTI. So I'm inking up the upper portion of the stamp with Harbor and then the lower portion with Glacier, and then I'm going in with a sponge dauber and blending the 2 colors together and just softening up the edges between the 2 colors. And then I'll stamp that out and see what I get. And then I'm going to go back in and fill in some of those spots that didn't quite make complete contact with the paper. And I'm going to add some more ink and just kind of blend things around. And do it again. And see what I get. And just wanted to add just a smidge more color. So the beauty of the stamp positioner is that you can stamp multiple times and keep adding ink until you like what you have. I'm just going to add a little bit more Glacier ink. Get that down. Okay. All right, that's looking good. So I'm going to take that stamp out of my MISTI, and then I'm going to position the sand stamp right below where that water's edge is. So I'm going to stamp the sand in shortbread and toffee. So I'm going to ink up the whole stamp in shortbread and then just go in with a sponge dauber with toffee and ink around the edges there. Give it a little more contouring and shadows and detail. Okay, that looks good. Add a little bit more shortbread and a little more toffee. Do it one more time. Okay. All right, so I'll get that cleaned up and get the MISTI out of the way. Now I'm going to stamp my sentiment in the sand. So this one says thinking of you. I'm going to stamp it in mocha. And it looks like it's written in the sand. And then the stamp set comes with a tiny stamp set that's a starfish. I'm going to stamp a couple of those around my sentiment in Desert Rose. Okay, so now we can start building our card. I'll just trim around my stamped image, and then I'm going to bring in some colors to matte with. So I have Harbor and Glacier and white. So I'm going to start out with the light side of Glacier and just create a skinny little mat, about a 1/16 of an inch around each edge, and then the light side of Harbor. I'll do the same thing, and then my card base will be the white. So I'll stack all those. So I'm just going to add everything with Tombow. And I'll have some close-up shots in a second. So there's my finished card. The stamp does all the work for you. Looks pretty complicated, but it's actually really easy. Okay, let's do another one using some other colors. So just go in your stash and see what colors you have and just try them out. So this one I'm going to do Harbor and Capri. when you saw me flattening out that stamp on the door, the Misty, make sure that you don't have any air bubbles showing when you mount your stamp, so then you won't have any voids, or as few as possible when you stamp your image down. If there's air bubbles, you're going to get a void. So again, I'm doing the same thing, just going in with the two colors and using my sponge dauber to kind of blend the two together so there aren't harsh lines between the two colors. And then I'll go back and fill in or make certain areas darker and stamp again. And then I'll stamp the sand. So I'm just laying this stamp down where I want it to go. And then I'll pick it up with the door of the Misty. And this time I'm going to stamp in toffee, and then I'll do some contouring and details with mocha with my sponge dauber. Just go in, add a little mocha around the edges, and stamp it down. Okay, now I can stamp our sentiment. This time I'm going to do hello in mocha. And then I'll add a few starfish. And then I'll skip ahead with the assembly because it's the same basic assembly. So all of these supplies are currently available in my online store. I will make a list with links in the description below. You can do some shopping. This is new to the new July, August, September catalog. And tune in on Wednesday. I will show you a completely different way of using this stamp set. So I appreciate you watching my video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and then you'll be able to find all of my videos. And thanks for watching.